Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're talking about Legacy of You. This is how to set up, play and review video. I'll be giving you some turns and talk throughs as well. So it's ancient China during Emperor Yao's reign. What's happened is there have been deadly floods and your father happens to have been kind of dismissed. He's kind of disappeared, let's say, after 9 years of service. And now you, as the son, you are looking to now try and resolve this. So you're now trying to work for the emperor and do a good job. You'll be hiring a number of townsfolk. You'll start off with 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they'll be going down here. I'll make sure everything is in shot for what you need. You'll also be having a number of barbarians. Barbarians are going to be folk that you are looking to basically come up against. And if you've seen other videos, such as in my video for the Ming Voyages, you'll know quite a lot about barbarians and of course the history. So initially you'll have one out, so we'll have one visible up here, just to show that. So here, don't worry, I'll change the image of that in a second. And also we're going to have various other cards coming out too. So we're going to have huts, we're going to have canals, there's lots of stuff going on. And I mentioned it's a legacy game. This is a resource management game. This is a game whereby we are looking to try and ultimately maximize what we can do to make sure we are going to stop the flood with our boat. And do so, obviously, before we happen to be flooded or before the barbarians invade. Also, we're going to need to get out from this little insert tray are the canal cards and those hut cards. So I'll grab those out now. So here we have our various cards for this. So let's start off with these cards. So you're going to take out the respective cards. As you'll see, they have number 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5 or 6 to get the respective bit. Now, once you start playing this game a few times, you'll notice you can have extra cards, which is why I'm showing you now. You're going to reveal the first 2 for this section. The rest will go back in the little insert that it came from. Then you take the next section again. So you're going to do 3 and 4, 1, 2, and that's it. We've only got 2 cards, so you just shuffle them up a bit. In this case, they're going to go out here 2. And then lastly, we're going to do 5 and 6. Any questions, errata, etc., make sure you head to the description YouTube. Wherever you are watching this, make sure you do head and comment through in YouTube as well. It's best because it's the first place, the main port of call for it. So that is the canal now made, or basically what we're trying to deal with. We've now also got some other cards. Now we've got various bonuses when we happen to unlock them. So again, as you can tell, we've only got 4 slots. We're not playing with all of them. So bringing out 4 as well. We don't know what we're going to uncover. Of course, there might be some games, or maybe no games, before we ever find out actually what's under some of these ones as well. So now we need to bring out these various other locations. We've got various other little monuments we need to be placing out too. Various things that we can pay to unlock to get more benefits. There's an engine building element to this game, and also if you happen to lose the game, it does have a kind of balancing mechanism. I'll tell you about that in a second. You may have also noticed the artwork. We can find other games by Sam Phillips, this being the artist Sam Phillips, the older brother of the designer. That is Shem Phillips. Now, of course, S.J. McDonald was not involved, at least in the design specifically of this game. I think he did have some input. I think he is accredited in the rulebook as well. And it's a very good rulebook, a 9.5 out of 10 rulebook for me. You may have also noted these stickers. These are meeple stickers. These do not come on the game, but you can, of course, get them too, and I think it makes the game look very delightful. So talk about winning and losing. If you happen to win 7 games, then I'll end the game. If you happen to lose 7 games, then you will end the game too. So it might be a total of 13 games. You can see I've lost a lot more than I have won. But once you have won or lost a game, you will then turn a card over and read the text. If you lose a game, then what you're going to be doing is if you lost due to the flood, you go this way. If you lost because of the barbarians, then you're going this way. So that's basically how that's going to work. And you can read out a different entry. And it's giving you even a modifier for your future game. And the last game I played, or one of the prior games, I managed to get this ability, which means if I discard a card with a meat symbol on it, which I'll talk to you about, then I can get myself a clay and a wood. I've also got some other cards in play too. So sometimes you are going to lock stuff, which basically means you need to complete this as well to continue and actually win the game. So this is going to start off on here. And like I said, what we do initially is we do the sunrise phase. What this means is we are looking to get everything that's listed here. So the harvest. So we're taking 4 cards. So we have got ourselves, again, 10 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got ourselves 6 cards here. And they're just going to be slightly out of shot. Let's have a brief look at these cards. The last thing we need to be doing as well is setting up our townsfolk of who we can, of course, buy. There are provisions. We need to pay for provisions to get them. Equally, we need to go further, in this case, to go and reach those barbarians to fight them off. As it has a tower defense element to it as well. And this is a solo-only game. I have played it cooperatively. However, if you're looking at it sideways, I can definitely see why you would definitely want to be playing this solo-only. Okay, aside from that, we need to take the rest of our resources. We've got our 4 starting cards, which we'll talk about in a second. We're also going to get some other stuff. Now, I know here, you can say, well, they're white workers or something, but actually they do have names, they have labourers, etc. So this happens to be a labourer. We also get ourselves a cowrie shell, and I don't mind just calling them a shell or a cowrie. Get ourselves a provision as well. So here we have a provision. I'm aware I have kind of zoomed in a little bit. I just found for fidelity reasons, it's a bit better in quality as well. So that's what we have. If we happen to get one of these out as well, it actually helps us. It means we can actually get more shells out too. I know these are called farms and huts, etc. I'm just going to refer to them by colour though, just for this game, as there's a few terminologies to be aware of. So what can I do? Well, first off the bat, we've got this to deal with, because again, in 2 turns time this will be shuffled, which means the flood advances. So what can I do? Well, if I do not fight off a barbarian, I will lose myself a log, or I will lose myself a card, which comes from here, my ready pile, and it's going to be discarded out of the game. So now let's just see what I can consider doing. So everything's in shot. I've got obviously my cards, my draw pile here, and I've got my barbarians over here too. In terms of Instagram, both Shem and Sam have shared and collaborated with my photos on here too. And yeah, that's been very nice of them. It's lovely to see, obviously, everyone else liking these pictures I've made out already. So what can I do? Well, I haven't got too much to work with. I have got my 4 cards. Now what I can do is discard these cards. I'll show you how that works. I can discard this card to get myself a red worker known as a fighter. There are black workers known as riders, blue are spearmen, and yellow are archers. So I can get myself 2 more provisions. But what I can do is tuck a card under here, just to think of what I'll do now. And it's permanently stuck there. But next turn, I'm going to get myself another labourer. So 1 more cowrie shell, and of course I can unlock this, which will give myself a clay, and I'll give myself a wood, and I need to lose a card though. So I don't want to run out of cards. So what else can I do? Well, I might just get myself workers. Well, let's take this card for free. Now, either I can take it, and next time this cycles round, I get it into my hand, or, and of course that's good, because more cards means it's cycling slower, I can dismiss it straight away and get myself these resources. So I can get all 3. You can get myself 1 provision plus 2 more. Or, of course, later on I can do that too. So I'm just going to put this down here for now. I might not do much this turn. I think I might just grab the stuff. So a red worker, a yellow worker, and 2 more provisions. So red, yellow, and 2 more provisions. So I'll take 2 provisions, but I'm actually going to spend them just to get these guys as well. Let me show you how it now works. So I'm out of turns. The only last thing I can do is go here. Doesn't matter at this point, but I put a worker on here, and now I get myself a provision as well, which technically I can actually get this person too. Do you know what? Let's just do that too. So spend those 2 to get this guy, and now he's gone here. Then what happens, everything moves along. And before I finish moving everyone along, we resolve this. I did not fight this person off. I will lose myself a log. I haven't got a log, which is really annoying. I could have almost had enough cowrie shells, but instead I'll have to lose this card permanently from the game. So it's gone out. Sorry, I don't know why that person's there. I feel like I've already lost someone for some reason. I don't think that should have occurred. But yeah, that person goes out of the game. Oh, I know, something else to do with this card from a prior game. So that goes out, and then what's going to happen next is this is going to move along 1 place. We're drawing 1 more barbarian card. For some reason, I haven't got them all out. And then we've now resolved how many we're drawing. So now what we're doing is we're filling this up with more townsfolk cards. And then what we're doing is we're doing that harvest. So we fought them off, or not. We have resolved that, and now we're bringing out 4 more cards. So I'm bringing out a total of 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll look at those in a second. Draw pile of 1 currently. And then what we're doing is we're getting ourselves an extra worker. We are getting ourselves a cowrie shell, a provision, and because of this, we get ourselves another worker. So what we could choose to do is just do this together, but sometimes it's easier to make sure. Now, I can now fight this off. I'm going to do this now without even looking at my cards. Maybe I need to retcon that, but let's just do this for now. Lose these 2, lose these 2. This goes back. You can only do it once per turn. This comes off. I get myself a clay. I get myself a wood. And I must lose myself a card. So I lose myself a card. So this card disappears. And now what happens is I've unlocked the space. This is good because now that flood, when it's going to start flooding, which is going to happen very soon, it's going to move onto this space, so I've not lost yet. However, I've also got more abilities. So now I can change 2 cowrie shells for provision, should I wish to. I can also block this off. So should I get enough resources, which at the minute I don't have, well actually now I do because this is here, then what I can do is do the following. Let's do it now, just to show you. Spend a worker, spend a clay, spend a wood, and put in the right boxes, and then in this case I've unlocked this one. So this one lets me take one of these spaces off and plonk it on here. So let's put it on here for now. I guess what I cover up, so I get myself a cowrie shell. And next turn we do a harvest, I also can choose any colour I like apart from white. So I can choose myself a fighter, rider, spearman or archer. Could be useful because of course we've now got more guys fighting. I might want one of those riders because of course I haven't got one and I'm going to be losing more cards. So now I've done that, let's think what else I can do. Well, I've unlocked this ability, more things will unlock too. And there's also this space too, but once one of these things has gone up here too, then there's no point removing these cards. You can't remove these items until there is space available. And at the minute there's only one space left. So what else can I do? Well, I haven't got enough workers to fight these guys off, or provisions, but I haven't looked at my cards yet, and I've got this guy I can take for free if I wanted to, or spend provisions and get others. So I think I do get another labourer. And now we've got 3. I think we do go for a blue worker for now. In fact, I could even get another one of these guys out by doing that meat example, which I've never done before, but I'm going to try it out. Discard the meat guy to get myself that and that. And just for fun, let's try spending those items to bring out another guy. So get another guy up here, another labourer next turn, and I get myself another provision. Still got these 2 items left. Do I want more provisions? I think perhaps yes. So I get to get 2 more provisions and a wood. Let's just try that out. So 2 more provisions and a wood. And as you can see, if I can get this guy unlocked, then I've got another slot to improve my harvest. So this is improving my harvest in terms of people. This can improve my harvest in terms of, well, obviously in this case, whatever I want to pick. Lastly, these guys, what they can let you do is they let you mean any white working could be red or vice versa, black, blue and yellow. So that's how that's going to work. I'm going to show you one more turn. And again, if you want to hear obviously how this is going and how I win or lose, by all means do check out the podcast. I'll be talking about this too. So just lastly, these are farms, outposts and huts, just to make sure you're aware of that. So let's take this next turn. So we're out of people here. I can put something on here. So let's just grab, can I complete this? Let's have a look. Well, now I'm short of workers, so I think we're going to have a bit of a problem going on here. Grab myself this. No other workers can be placed out. I can grab this card. It's not great because I am going to be shuffling through quicker. I can then grab this one, so I can grab 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4. I don't know if I want to do that much. Then I'll talk to you about the review. So 1, 2, I'm not sure what's better these ones, but let's go for that one. 3, 4. So now what we're doing is the attack. Luckily I do have 1 log and I don't have obviously a rider. So what I'm going to have to do is deal with that and of course lose a card. I haven't got a card to lose, so this does advance. But now I've got a quite nice thick deck. And then what I'm going to do is obviously lose a card. So I lose this card here. This comes across. This moves across here too. This moves here. We draw 1 more card. We're going to fill up. So we're going to get some more cards coming out as well. So anything you didn't buy is now going to become cheaper. We draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We see what we get. And also we're going to get ourselves some other bits and bobs. So we're going to get ourselves 1, 2 labourers again. Come back to this one. Get ourselves a cowrie shell. Provision. Obviously we haven't got rid of an outpost, otherwise we could have got an extra cowrie shell. And now we need to pick. So let's try and deal with one of these guys. We haven't got, I've got this guy comes back too. So maybe one a yellow, just to show how that works. So let's just get that one. I don't know if that's a good one. Logs are easy to get. We haven't got any of these. We haven't got enough blue workers either, so we're a bit struggling. So we'll leave it like that for now. Let's go ahead. Let's bring this guy down for free. Here we go. We could have done it this way. How do I want to do this? I don't have any provisions up here, so otherwise I could have gone for this guy. But let's just go for this guy. I don't think it's a worthy one to go for, but let's just spend a log to make sure we do have a log anyway. Now we've got that rider, so we can handle that guy. And we're now going to fight this guy off just to show how it works. So 2, 1, spent. Also spending 2 provisions, because that's the cost, so at least it's a bit cheaper to fight off, because they're not far away. Gain 3 cowrie shells, 1, 2, 3. That card just is put to the side. If ever you run through the deck, you're just going to shuffle up again. So 3 cowrie shells. What else do I have? Well, I've got 2 workers. I've got this to deal with. I think we go ahead and deal with this. So spend 2 of them. Spend 2 of them. Get rid of this. So technically that would have come back at the beginning of the round. Then it comes off. I now get my abilities. So I get my stuff. Get myself a clay. get myself a wood, and you draw one card from the top of the townsfolk card deck, and that's going to go straight into your hand. So let's just draw a card off here. Draw this, and I got this card as well. Now I might want to draw more cards, I'm not sure at this point. I might as well spend this to get 3 more shells, because there are some other abilities I want to look into. I can get more provisions. Now if ever these ever run out, they're finite, so make sure you do not run out of them, or in this case make sure you put them in the right spots. And as you can see, there is actually a lovely little bit which shows you through here in clear exactly what they are, which is really handy also along here too. Very good, one of the best inserts. I think definitely the best inserts they've done. Very similar to Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Did mention sleeving, check out my sleeving playlist too. These are the same sleeves I use for Wayfarers of the South Tigris. Obviously check out my ratings video on rankings for the rest of the trilogies, etc. There you go, fits very well. I haven't sleeved it for this particular video because I find sometimes the shine can kick in a bit too strongly, but hasn't always been the case. So what else do we have? Got loads of shells. What else can we handle? Well, we have got a few other things to deal with here. These guys are coming. Now we can plonk a new thing on here to get an extra worker. I do need some more wood. We haven't tried this out yet. Let's spend 3 of these to get ourselves a wood. However, just because we're getting a wood, we still haven't got any suitable workers to go here. So maybe we consider other stuff. Maybe you just spend 2 cards and 2 cowrie shells. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not very good when I'm recording, when I'm playing. So 2 more cards. Oh, here we go, we got them. So let's spend that to get ourselves another worker. And now we can definitely do it. The provision we'll come back onto. We can just dismiss the card. Spend 3 to get a wood. And now we can spend 3 wood and a clay, and of course that worker, to unlock this. And now that will go up here. Get us a worker of our choice. Doesn't really matter too much at this moment, but we might want a blue worker. Let's go for a blue worker, because then we can handle those 2 guys. And the hut was already come up, but now this flips over. So flipping this over gives us a shell, 1 bonus in addition to a bonus, and it's another space. So now this card can go up on here and give us something else. Let's go for another blue worker, because again we're going to have to struggle with blue workers. And oh, wrong colour. And lastly, we've got this little space. Now again, it's my final card, and this can give us another worker, which is a very good worker, because in this case we want that rider. So we have next turn around. We've lost 2 of these, but we're going to kind of get them back. So again, we're out of cards. What's going to happen next is we're going to do the fighting, so we're going to finish off the turn. We have this happening, so we are now going to lose both of these guys, but at least that's happened. That's moving across 1, but it's moving across 2, because now we've unlocked an extra space. So 1, 2, and suddenly we've got more stuff to work on, more stuff to deal with. It's ramping up. Again, depending on the mission you're playing with, you might have to do other stuff too, like completing stuff, and other things to be aware of. So lots of stuff going on. Some people can find it a bit too repetitive, a bit too long, a bit too hard. However, I feel the more you play it, and I have played it more than most people, as much as the difficulty is in here, it's a game that when I'm out and about, I'm thinking, I want to come back and play Legacy of You. So that's my view on it. My rating, so my average rating 6.4 based on over 2,000, almost 600 reviews at time of recording. It's around an 8.3, something like this. So actually, it's actually thinking about it, it's higher than any other Garfield game I've played, thinking about it. You do need to be in the right mindset to play it though. It doesn't take too long. I mean, you won't lose typically within 3 turns, but it's possible. And I generally find if I do lose, about this in the 40-minute mark. So if you're giving it a good go, you get to about here and you lose. And like I said, there are things to help you catch up. Once you've completely finished the games, you've played, between 7 and 13 games, that is the kind of the final state of the game, and then you keep on playing at that point. That's because it's kind of balanced, hopefully, to how good or bad you are. And suddenly, if you are then winning a few games in a row, just reset it and play the whole campaign again. Again, lots of stuff to discover. Again, in terms of the storybook, whenever you need to read an entry, then you're going to go through here, look at the bottom right-hand corner and tell it you what to read. Fun stuff in it. I like the narrative as well. Again, it's a nice small box, going back to the small box game after Wayfarers. And again, I love the insert and how it works. Again, it's got a nice smooth slidey bit, which again, can make things fall back in again, but generally speaking, it's better than being square or cuboid. Thanks very much for watching. Any questions, always do let me know. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also head through to check out other videos in the solo play, such as Underfalling Skies and Fork. I've got Fort as well on the channel as well. And loads of other games, as I mentioned, by Garfield. Thanks for watching. Speak to you again soon. Also, Shelfie Stacker is available on the channel. But for now, back to the table. Enjoy the game.